What's up guys, it's Michael here. In this video we're going to cover what is going on with Japan's economy. So we're going to keep this nice and short and brief. Japan has been experiencing a stagflation where the economy is not really improving and is not really doing any better at going worse. So if you're not moving based on inflation, your dollar and your value is not going to be worth as much. So same as in America in personal finance is when you put your money in a bank, you would be losing money at the end because you are going against inflation, which is on average 2% a year until 2020. So in this case, you look at Japan's situation. So now we're going to compare it to America because they have economic interests and ties. So why is Japan's economy stagflation and why is the yen so weak? So the main point is because America has the more of the dominant buying power, so they have the more business power. Meaning if they try to raise their interest rates to curb their inflation in their own country, which is America. For everyone's case in there, they're trying to basically reduce the standard of living. Like meaning not making them like lower their life quality, but it's to lower the cost of it. That's the main point, cost. And when they did that, it infected Japan and everyone else. But in Japan's case, the interesting part is they haven't really been innovating for the past decade and a half, technically 2 decades and a half. That the economy had taken a tumble. It just basically suddenly stopped and they didn't grow. So there's a lot of other reasons to it, but in this video, we're specifically going to look at the benefits and the negatives from having a stagflation economy, and in this case, having a really weak yen compared to all those years ago. So the first thing you got to understand is Japan's economy, it's a landlocked country. So when you're island, you really have a really tough time. And especially for people's personal finances, that's even more difficult over there. Because you got to first establish the basic needs: electricity, water, and food. Those are the 3 main things now. It used to be only food and water, now you include electricity in the modern age. So when you're in a landlocked country, where you gotta get all your electricity from? Green energy is not gonna be enough because you don't have enough land, and solar panels are not efficient enough to cover the whole entire island. Then it leaves you with nuclear, which they had the Fukushima power plant back in 2011, which really blew their chances. And you have oil and gas, which is majority of it. So in this case, if the yen becomes weaker, oil and gas will become more expensive because the currency exchange differs greatly. In that case, it raises the prices for everyone living in that country. So that's actually a disservice to Japan. So with the currency that weak, then what other negatives they have? So that means all their costs and goods and services are going to go up. So you're buying things importing from out of the country back into their country, it's going to cost more because their yen is weaker. You're buying foreign products, it's going to cost more. You buy fertilizer to grow food, it's going to cost more. Making electricity, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to cost more. But what are the benefits? Here is actually a lot of benefits. When there's negatives, there's also benefits in this case. So if Japan's economy and their yen is so weak, what's the benefits, you might ask? Main benefit, tourism. Tourism, when the yen is so weak, other people's currencies are a lot stronger for example, EU, UK. You look at other countries like maybe United States, Canada. If they can come in, if they found out their money's worth way more, why would they travel to like another country like EU or UK to spend their money when they can get a better value in Japan? Because Japan's famous for what? Tourism. But what's holding them back? Politicians over there. And that's a whole entire another topic, but which I probably will not cover because this is mainly looking at personal finance and people's money. So in this case, if that's a big lure to it, like for example, anime is huge, gaming is huge in America, and you find Japan's currency is a lot weaker in America, a lot of people in America are willing to travel over and dump a bunch of money. And when they spend their money there, they'll buy more goods and services. At the end, people will benefit. What's holding them back, as I mentioned, is the politicians. So tourism right there, they really conserve the country, and in this case, this is like the wrong move to play. Wrong cards to play. If you don't allow tourism in, because a lot of people are hungry for entertainment, and if that entertainment or that fad dies, then the money goes away too. The best solution for them is to open it up and let everyone flood in. Like, yeah, COVID is going to be a problem, but you know what's going to be a bigger problem? When you have people starving and can't afford to pay for the food, to pay for gas, to pay for rent. That's the main issue there. And they can literally open the floodgates up and regulate it better and let more people come in. So if that's the case, that requires a lot of money. Tourism is a big benefit for having a weaker currency. Another benefit for weakened currency is a lot of people will require labor. So there's another video, which you guys should click the like button, subscribe button down below, I will make about why America is losing a lot of workers to foreign countries. And Japan is playing its perfect role right here. So Japan has built this reputation to have really hardworking people, especially Japanese. That's why a lot of people are interested in hiring, like basically people out of American countries, because they can find better workforce, especially cheaper labor, and they got the knowledge for it. Perfect for them. So Japan right now, I can see it is, they're trying to advertise them to be the next manufacturing economy. So right now, since trade relations with China and US are so tense, right now in the United States, companies are moving out because thanks to the current dictator over there, not really business friendly, people are moving out. They're moving out and trying to find other places. Like at India, you look at like other third world countries, for example, Philippines is one of them. But it really depends on what type of manufacturing you're looking for. If Japan wants to cover the role that China used to play, then here's the time to do it. First of all, like entice those companies, major corporations to come to your country and operate there. And when you do, you get a lot of benefits and a lot of great trade agreements. That's the benefit from having a weaker currency too. There's always positive and negatives. In this case, the negatives and the positive, they pretty much balance each other out. But in Japan's case, this case should be more of a positive because you get more tourism. You get more people buying your goods because you already built a reputation across literally the whole world. Basically, anime kingdom, cartoon kingdom, you can technically call them as manufacturing kingdom for really specific goods and services that a lot of people want but can't get them. And a lot of people would love to travel to that country for tourism. And right now, what's really holding them back, as I mentioned earlier, is politicians and you guys clicking the subscribe button down below. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.